and there we go.
So where does let's say this academic committee come into play? Are we there to help facilitate this plan? I mean, basically, Larry said that this is common, and you know, Larry, I guess you read this whole thing, right?
I requested from Mrs. Howland how the tool was used across the state. She then elaborated that it was common, and it was a common tool, and the tools that are mentioned within the document are also common tools across the state, and of course then the keystones are used as measurement tools consistently across the state as well.
Okay, so what role do you have in this adoption, in this, you know, in this program at all, as board member, as president? Do you have anything that you have to do?
No, this is simply the high school plan. Administration will work with the high school team to make sure things are in place. We are, again, we're sharing this with the academic affairs committee, and we'll post on the website so people are aware of our plan. But it is a working document. This is not a finalized document. It continually is getting tweaked, edited, and changed to meet the needs of our students. The ultimate tool of assessing how we're doing will be the results of our Keystone exams. And we won't have that data until next spring. And then that information, traditionally, you take the assessments in spring, the information on a good normal year doesn't come back until the following fall when we can really delve into it and see how. So we are implementing our own diagnostic tool, the benchmark, the CDTs, to be able to help us in this process so we can get a better grasp of are our students showing some growth or not.
Okay, well, I'm looking on page 9. Can you go to page 9 and read the first sentence for me to make sure I'm not reading it poorly? Maybe I need some secondary. I mean, I looked at page 1 has grammatical errors. Or, I'm sorry, page 2 has grammatical errors in my opinion. But those are minor and probably something to read. Right, but let's go to page 9 where it's actually accountability and assurance of quality. That it says that it looks like our school president took an active role in this and is affirming what he's doing. And then later in that page 9, it talks about how the district's board of education, the school board, has to affirm that these are the guidelines required by the Pennsylvania Department of Education. Is that not the hierarchy and the path that this forum takes? I mean, you're
I'm going to
basically...
remind you that you approved this plan last year at the June school board meeting. And again, since we were placed on this plan for the 18-19 school year, this is a continued working document. So here we are a year after that of the school board approval, and we are continuing to work on our document. COVID-19 had an impact, and here's the tweaking of the document as we move forward for another year.
Correct, but I'm also looking at last year's performance, right? And in this document, it talks about doing things, and it talks about some financial concerns. But I didn't see any conversation about how these things are actually physically going to take place, to hold someone accountable. I mean, ultimately hold them accountable. That's what I see is missing in this document. And I was just wondering who created it. I mean, obviously, Larry didn't create it. You guys used a template to create it. Somebody makes this form. But at the end of the form, let me see if I go to this, see if I get to the right page here, 12. Lack of a consistent diagnostic tool due to financial constraints. Professional development needs to focus on the improvements in the teaching. What financial constraints did our district have related to diagnostic tools? To me, that glares out as your supervision of your board is not doing our job and getting you guys financial funding to do consistent diagnostic tools, right? You guys are lacking these consistent diagnostic tools somehow? I've never heard anyone in this whole
what's referred to there, the past way you start, the CDT is actually no cost to the district.
Before Larry signs it, we should read it and also recognize that if we're taking responsibility for our actions as a board, to our subordinate administration, we should at least make sure we support you in a way that's beneficial to the students. about having additional time and classroom time. How is that getting scheduled into the system?
Staff members are assigned, like I believe it was brought up too, about data analysis teams. So they're assigned time through the day where they sit on these committees and review the data. Also, we have team meetings at the middle school, and at the elementary, we have grade level meetings that are all scheduled within their day. And some of them may be before school and some may be after.
Okay. And I mentioned that we're going to increase the quality and amount of learning time. Is that's also going to be after school then? And how are we going to increase the quality of this
Mr.
learning
Bradley,
time?
as you know, we adjusted to the new schedule last year, and the new schedule has increased the amount of instructional time in the school year from the block. So traditionally, the block schedule, they were seeing them for only one semester. We've increased the amount of instructional time that the students are in front of the teacher with the new schedule. So that's the increasement of time. As well as the lunch and learn concept happens during the day, which met with resistance when we took away the free time that the students had. But the reality is they get 30 minutes of lunch and then another 30-minute time. They're assigned back to their homeroom, which keeps a safe environment for them. And then they're allowed to go to an instructional area or teacher that they need extra help, reinforcement, or enrichment in, quite honestly. And that's how that increase of instructional time has occurred.
Well, again, according to page 9, this board is going to approve this document, right? We, the undersigned, hereby certify, right? Approved by the district's Board of Education, which is us. Yet somehow you guys are telling me that that's not the case. Which one is it? Does page 9 exist in your document? Fourth paragraph.
And this was presented again. This is just an update of where we're at, and things will change. And you'll probably get another update probably mid-year as well. And we'll continue to get updates throughout the conclusion of this improvement plan.
But right here it says that we have to approve this thing, formally approved by the district board. So there'll be a motion on the table somewhere in the next board meeting. When are they going to officially and formally approve?
There is no motion and there's no approval. That was, I believe, last June.
Last year you approved this plan. This is just an update.
This says it's a plan for 2021 according to the front page of this thing.
Anything else regarding this from the panelists?
I'm asking the question. This says that it's Title I, right? School plan for 2021. Is this not a new plan?
All right. Well, thank you very much, Joe. I appreciate that.
Are you not going to answer the question, sir, or what? Did you mute me out?
As many of you may know,
did you mute me out?
We did receive guidelines today from Pennsylvania Department of Education for reopening of school.